Let's go to the Colts. Carson Wentz is the new Phillip Rivers, apparently. Just going to kind of take quarterbacks from other teams and hope they don't throw as many interceptions when they come to the Colts. I think, is Wentz an upgrade on Rivers? I think because Wentz was really bad last year. I think we argued about this on the pod a bunch because once I saw him play the first 5 or 6 weeks, I was like, I just don't trust this guy anymore. I don't know what happened to him, but a lot of that was, the Philly offense. What are your thoughts on Wentz versus Rivers is just how it affects this offense as a whole?
Wentz has the higher floor and lower ceiling, I think. So it's worth the gamble. He took a league high 51 sacks last year. Yes, that was a big part of it was the offensive line, but he held onto the ball too long. 2.91 seconds according to Next Gen Stats. So he can take some responsibility for that. But he's going to be playing behind a much better offensive line, so he'll be able to get away with that a little bit more here. So I think he's in a situation where if you want to bet on him making a comeback under Frank Reich, go ahead and target him. I think he elevates the ceiling of a guy like T.Y. Hilton in this offense because he's more willing to be aggressive and throw deep. But yeah, I think his ADP is about right. I could go either way with him, but I think the talent around him, especially the offensive line, sets him up for success this year, or at least a bounce back season.
Yeah, I think, he's going as quarterback 21. I think that's about fair. The only guy, I think it depends if you're in a season long league, obviously you have to take him because he's guaranteed, he's going to start week 1, whereas some guys, Justin Fields, we don't know about, Trey Lance, guys like that. We just don't know what's going to happen with them. But I would take Zach Wilson over Wentz like that. I'm fully on the Zach Wilson bandwagon, and I think, you can make in best ball, I think is when you really have to knock Wentz down because there is a possibility he just plays himself or plays you right out of it every week. He could start and be bad like he was last year and still hurt you. So I think in best ball, I don't think he deserves being ranked ahead of guys like Lance and Fields and definitely and Zach Wilson, obviously. And even, the Taysom Hill situation. I think the guys with the upside that could give you quarterback top 5 weeks, if they start, should be drafted over him in best ball. But in season long, you just need a guy that's going to start, from week 1 on. And then when he's benched, you can or if he plays bad, you can just drop him. So that's where I think that's why he's in that, top 20 borderline, but he goes down a couple of pegs. Otherwise, this offense, Michael Pittman, Jonathan Taylor, he's locked in. We don't have to talk much about him. He's a top 10 running back. Definitely he's RB6 right now. But I think Pittman is the interesting guy here. Going wide receiver 45 to Hilton's 49 at Paris Campbell 77 looks like the value to me. I think Hilton's on the decline, but I think Pittman wide receiver 45 year 1 to year 2 leap. He's the guy I think gives you the most chance of an every week starter over Hilton. But I do think Campbell the best value at 77. What do you think?
Yeah, I remember you were high on Pittman last year, so you got to stick with him. I do think he could have a year 2 breakout, so don't sleep on him. But I love Paris Campbell. He suffered his MCL and PCL injuries in week 1 last year. So I think he should be 100% heading into week 1. I definitely think he offers upside at ADP. I think he has wide receiver 3 flex value. I'm a big believer in Campbell. Who knows how this is going to shake out? So I think in this situation, you take the cheaper guy. But like you said, Hilton, I'm a little bit down on him, but I do think that Wentz, his ability to push the ball deep, I think that helps him. But a guy like Campbell, I think, it's hard to pass him up where he is if you think he's going to be healthy entering the season.
Yeah, there's not much going on at tight end. Doyle, I think, can surprise people. Wentz does like to throw to tight end, but then we have headlines that he maybe uses a blocker more. So, that's just a stay away. Let's go to the prop for Indy.
So Carson Wentz, total passing touchdown this year. I have it at 25.5.
I'll go over. I have it a couple ticks higher. I think I was kind of banking on the fact that I think he'll start no matter what. And I do have faith in Frank Reich. And, I think there's a lot of volatility with that, but I am going to go over. I think Pittman breaks out. I think Campbell, you can't project him to play 1 game. It's essentially what's it's been. So I think there's a lot of upside with this Colts offense. And, the league is also just trending toward more and more touchdowns through here every year, it seems to be. So I feel fairly confident with that over, but I mean, how many interceptions come with that? I can't tell you. So I'm still not excited about Wentz. And he's more of a redraft guy than a best ball guy for me.